Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Sportatorium on Arena Sportsnet. I am your host, JJ, with always my partner in crime, Marshall.
What's going on, everybody? Hope everyone's having a good week. We are back doing some more episodes for you guys.
Yeah, sorry for the I'll call them technical issues Monday.
Shenanigans on Monday.
Yeah, there was some shenanigans, and I was basically inoperable, couldn't hang. So we're back, we're ready to go, and let's get kicking, shall we? All right. So let's talk a little gridiron NFL football. Big stuff coming out of the league right now. Um, Devin Hester got cut by the Ravens. Um, Not sure the reason other than underperforming. So, I mean, that happens, I guess.
I
Um,
guess.
Michael Floyd got cut from the Arizona Cardinals after a DUI arrest. Um, I would guess he's had a couple of standings with the law there in Arizona. So that's what led to that, I would hope. And Jeff Fisher, the former head coach, excuse me, of the LA Rams, also got fired.
Yeah, well, you
So,
can see it coming, though, for the Rams.
I mean, sketchy,
No?
sketchy situation for me
Okay.
because I would think maybe he did. I don't know, but I wanted to see more of his pieces come into place, to make the team better.
Yeah, but, you can only suck for so long before someone's got to go.
Yeah, that's true. And it's usually going to be the coaches that get the blame too.
Well, yeah, the people higher up than the coach want to keep their job, so
Yeah,
they
that
got to
is
do
true.
something. Because if they don't do anything and they keep sucking, then it's their self that's on the hot seat. So.
Yep, that's right. Uh, that's all that's on the gridiron, other than my Cowboys choking.
How about them Cowboys?
Man, I'm not gonna lie, it hurt, dude. It really hurt.
What's their record right now?
11 and Giants. Yeah, that's right. I said
you,
11 and Giants.
you damn straight 11 and Giants.
Okay, but let me ask you this. What was the final score of the first game? Do you know that off the top of your head?
uh, 17-16? Is that what it was?
Some crap like that. It was 1 point, correct?
I think so. I know it was 1 point.
And the last one was 10-7.
Yeah, one possession.
Okay, so you guys beat us by a total of 4 points in the season series. English, if I may.
Okay.
Yeah, that don't come at me with, oh, the Giants are better. It was only 4 points. But yes, the Giants were better.
Yeah, they were better, and they were the team that came out on top in both games. The close games are you're gonna have more close games than not in the postseason. And if Dallas actually has some high aspirations for their team, which I know the fans certainly as hell do,
Yes, we do.
um, they're gonna need to play those tight games and win them. So it doesn't matter if you win by a point or by 3 touchdowns, man. A win is a win.
This is true. But
Mm-hmm.
see, the bad thing about it, though, is
Is
the people are calling for Dak Prescott's head already because the Giants discovered what to do against him.
no, because Cowboys fans. That's because why.
Well, yeah, that's very much true. We have some people that are what's the word? Is there the kind way of saying stupid? Forget it. We'll just say
no.
stupid.
We'll come back with.
Football incompetent. There we go.
Nah, I wouldn't call them. Overly anxious. How about that?
That's definitely more fitting. I mean,
There you go.
it's a learning experience for the kid, you know? The
Yeah.
Giants are a very good defense, so of course they're going
Hmm.
to get to them.
And that big offensive line didn't look too good.
No, and that the Giants exposed some serious weakness in my
Did,
Cowboys.
didn't I say before the game that if the offensive line at some point is going to meet their match, and you're going to see Prescott look a little more human? I said something along those lines.
No, you said exactly like there. You said exactly that. So yeah, I tip my hat to you. You know I wasn't gonna go against you either because I felt it.
Yeah, and in other news, I haven't been fired because I pretty much called it. Didn't I call it? I said it was going to come down to one possession,
Yeah, you did.
and the Giants' defense was going to stop the Cowboys. I said it would be an interception at the end of the game, but still, they threw how many picks? Was it two?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, two picks. So interceptions very much a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so I pretty much called it.
Yeah, you did.
Mm-hmm.
I can't argue with somebody that knows his stuff. I can't fire him either. That no. If you were being stupid, sure, I'd fire you. But nah, I'm not gonna do that. And I may not like you right now, but you know the NFC East is still up for grabs. The Giants, not the Giants, the Lions, I believe, have to lose, and some other shenanigans have to happen, and the Cowboys could win with a win on Sunday.
Because late season shenanigans,
Oh, dude, oh my gosh,
mathematic shenaniganry.
I can't math at all. I can barely 2 plus 2. So you throw that at me, I'm done.
Isn't it 3.14?
Oh, 3.14159256. Taking me back to my college days. I don't want another finance test, please, mommy.
I think it's a 7 after the 6.
Oh,
I
okay.
think. I'm
Outsmart
not
me.
sure, though.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah. Calculator. Okay, I'm done. Mm-hmm. In other news, I'm gonna put the Cowboys stuff behind me before I get very upset and cry on air.
Oh,
The
no,
ba-
no, 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 no. Let's not move on the Cowboys right away
Uh-oh. Okay.
because they're beatable. Um, do you see them like where do you see them going in the playoffs
Hmm.
after
Hmm.
losing two close games to the Giants? In which game I might add, Eli Manning did not do as good a job. He did not Eli Manning in that game.
I don't know because let's be honest too, the Cowboys offense, it was so pressured that it was basically non-existent.
Mm-hmm.
Um, if they don't figure out how to fight through any of the pressure that they're gonna get, even with the Giants down the line, because I bet you if we survive the first round or whatever it is, we will face them again. If they don't figure out that pressure thing, they're one and done.
yes, they are.
They are one and done. I think I'll just go ahead and use that as my prediction too. I think they're, as much as I hate to say it, but I was talking with our awesome CEO Brian. Shout out to you, Snowman. He said the Cowboys were going to be one and done for that very reason. Dak Prescott was going to show his human side. The the defense was going to try to keep us in, but the offense was just going to die pretty much, you know. And
Oh yeah,
yeah,
you put you put a good offensive line in front of a decent quarterback, and he's good. You put a
yeah,
good offensive line in front of a good quarterback, and he's great. That's what happened with Dak. But whenever that offensive line struggles, you're going to see that the quarterback's definitely human, especially if he's a rookie and all season he's had like loads of time in the pocket. Now all of a sudden it's freaking blue shirts coming at you like hungry rhinos looking for food.
that is a damn good defense too.
Mhm.
Ooh.
2 picks.
Ah.
I said the turnovers was going to be a difference, man. I said it.
Yeah, you did. I
Mhm.
can't argue that, unfortunately. I really can't. Yeah, one and done. That's all I got. If they get a first round bye, that's gonna be the only game they play.
With my luck, though, the Giants are going to get like they're going to meet the Cowboys again and get spanked. That's just my kind of luck. They're going to beat them twice in the regular season and get spanked.
Yeah, that's one thing I like about this Cowboys team. If you tick them off, they will fight back. I
I
mean,
mean, I'm pretty sure they were ticked off after losing because of 1 point and one play, but
yeah,
I
that
guess
that that 11 game win streak was
mm,
definitely proof.
it was cute.
And then you guys came in and freaking humbled them again.
Yep, 11 and Giants. Cowboys
11
are
and
right now.
Giants. But see, that NFC East is still in reach.
Well, yeah, of course.
I'm not gonna rub that in your face. No, the Giants were hands down better defense. The offense was the offense. I can't say anything bad about the Giants offense. They're always impressive to me.
Eli did not have a good game.
Nah, he had a less than Eli Manning game, but
Mhm.
I think even on a bad day, he's pretty damn good. So yeah, I can't discredit the Giants in any way, shape, or form. They were just the better team,
No, I
and
don't think they need to be discredited. Both quarterbacks had a very uh, low standard performance for what they're used to.
yep, they did.
So when that happens, it falls back on the defense, and the Giants just have the better defense.
They did. They did indeed.
So
Yeah,
happened.
I can't discredit them. I think they go farther than the Cowboys. Honestly,
We shall see.
I can't wait.
So, do we have anything else on the football front?
Well, if you don't mind bad puns, the
Oh boy.
Bengals kicked their kicker Mike Nugent to the curb, and they signed Randy Bullock in his place. That should be interesting. I have no idea who Randy Bullock is, so I can't say whether or not that was a good signing. But I know Mike Nugent must have been struggling to get released. I don't think I see kickers being cut that often.
No, I don't think it's a common occurrence, but
Mm-mm.
it
I
happens.
feel
They're part of the football team as well. They can get cut if they're not performing. So
the poor guy got kicked to the curb, man.
yeah, that. See, I was trying not to bring it back up because it was terrible, but yeah, you just
it,
had to
it was
get
right
some
down the
shine.
middle, right down the middle of the goalpost too. It was good.
Yeah,
All right, I'm done.
yeah. Please be
And in the other realm of sports, Marshall, what do you got?
the other. Oh, okay. So we're done with the NFL.
Yeah, I got nothing. Devin
You
Hester
got
was cut. Jeff Fisher fired. A lot of firings, but
lots of firings.
it happens.
Yeah, I mean, especially when you get to late season and you figure out who the contenders and pretenders. Some teams get a little trigger happy.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I just came across a really bad story. Uh,
About
Jack Del Rio blames Angel in the outfield for strange car pass versus Chiefs.
boy,
A Derek Carr pass to Amari Cooper in Thursday's loss to the Chiefs died in midair. And Oakland coach Del Rio blames it on magic. So says this headline.
on Magic,
I'm
the
sorry.
fans just blew onto that ball so hard. Everyone in the crowd was just going, and it died.
Yeah, because that Definitely moves the football.
Yes, it is. And we have to move to a commercial break. We will be back with the NBA report on the Arena Sportsnet. You are listening to the Sportatorium. And we are back on the Sportatorium. It's time for some NBA, unless we have some more last-minute news about the NFL. We'll do the game previews and our little prediction thing on Friday. So do we have more news?
Nope.
We do
All's
not.
quiet
Well,
on the news front.
it is on to the next one. Hold on, freeze. It is on to the NBA report. And this is a few days old, that headline, but still relevant to me. Meta World Peace, formerly known as Ron Artest, says the little argument between Carmelo Anthony and Phil Jackson is actually productive and is actually a good thing. Meta said, Phil's going to push you. He's going to see where your mind's at. Melo responded well, and he liked the comments and he liked Melo's competitiveness. Now, what do you say? Because you told me you had something to say about that.
Okay, you're not going to get much sympathy out of somebody like me because I was raised in the tough love thing. My dad was 20 years military, 10 years of my life. We got tough love, like criticism, you name it. It hardened us up. I think it will harden somebody up anytime they hear it. And Phil Jackson was with the Bulls, if you remember, during their heyday.
Mm-hmm.
So
the Lakers too.
Yeah, the Lakers too.
Los Angeles Lakers, that triangle offense, man.
There's a reason he keeps getting, or did he retire, by the way? I'm sorry. Is he still coaching? I don't
Phil
watch
Jackson?
basketball. Yeah, I don't basketball.
He's on the Knicks currently. He's president. I think he's like the GM on the Knicks. He is the GM on the Knicks. I think he might be coaching as well.
Okay, well,
I don't know. It's weird over there. They keep getting to coach, and Phil doesn't want to coach, and they fire coaches, and so I think he's trying to do everything over there.
So it sounds like you understand my confusion then too.
Yeah, I mean the guy is paid like a freaking player because New York, we have money. Come with us. So, he's making a lot of bank, so of course he's going to assume more than one role.
Yep.
So, do you like Carmelo coming back at Phil?
I think that takes a brave soul because with somebody that gives you tough love comes a short temper.
Yeah, but I mean, Phil Jackson went after Kobe too, and Kobe fired right back at Phil Jackson. Kobe's the man. You're not going to start talking down on Kobe Bryant about basketball. So Kobe went back at Phil.
I think it earns respect in a way because, you got the skill to back it up and you're brave enough to talk to me that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you get respect that way.
And that kind of thing can actually be productive. Mm-hmm. Of course, you gotta keep it basketball, and I think those two can do that. You don't go into personal stuff because that has nothing to do with why you're being yelled at in the first place.
Right.
But
keep it on the hardwood.
Yeah, if you keep it basketball, I think it could be really productive. I remember in high school, I played some ball, and we were practicing, and we were just having a scrimmage at the end of practice.
Mm-hmm.
And we would run this set a couple of times, and I started to notice something that the defense wasn't doing.
Mm-hmm.
So the next time we ran the set, I just floated out to my spot on the 3-point line because I used to shoot the 3-point shot a lot.
Yeah.
And then I just stood there, and because the set didn't call for it, I didn't get the ball, but no one was guarding me. And then, the coach stops the play, and he tells me what I'm supposed to do. And I'm like, why would I cut to the basket when there's defense there
mm-hmm.
when I'm open at the 3-point line and I'm a shooter? why would I do that? So we went back and forth, and I think that was productive. I was like, yes, you run sets to get a certain play open, but if you see something in the defense, you got to adapt.
Mm-hmm.
So that was productive because next time I was open at the 3 point line, I got the freaking basketball and I shot it. So, I mean, I'm not going to cut to the basket if I'm a 3 point shooter. Come on.
True.
So it can be productive as long as, like I said, you keep it basketball.
Yeah. I mean, if you have a logical, um, on topic answer for whatever this guy is preaching, then he will no doubt respect you because, you showed him something he didn't see before.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean,
So,
Melo's an NBA player. Phil Jackson's a great coach, but Melo knows what he's doing. I mean, you don't average 27, 28 points a game by not knowing what the hell you're doing out there.
yeah.
So if he sees something, then, I think, in my opinion, he can go back at the coach if it's productive.
Yeah. No, I agree wholeheartedly.
All right. Well, I think that's we beat that news story. The next headline, some of you might care, so I put it in here. But John Legend is going to be headlining the 2017 All-Star Game halftime show.
Woohoo!
Yay!
Yay.
Personally, man, I don't think the halftime show, like the NBA is trying to make this halftime show like a big deal,
Mm-hmm.
like the NFL is.
Mm-hmm.
But who cares, man? It's the All Star game. To me personally, ain't nobody care about who's at the halftime. To me, when it's halftime, it's time to go to the bathroom, do your business, come back up, get a refill of chicken wings for the second half. That's what I do. I don't care about no music act in the halftime. I'm sorry. I know it's entertainment and it's cool for the fans, but I think if you're not going to be there, who cares?
Yeah. Good point.
But I had it in there because some people do actually care. So good stuff. John Legend, he's a good artist. He's popular. So good
Yes, he
on
is.
them. The NBA D League, the developmental league for the NBA, obviously, is going to try 4 and 5 man officiating crews over the course of 9 games in the D League. Currently, the NBA uses 3 referees who do a fantastic job all the time, constantly. They call every single travel. They are awesome. No, but seriously, they're going to be trying 4 man officiating crews and 5 man. I think 5 might be a little bit overkill, but I could see 4 working. Because 5 man, one of them is going to always be standing around at the other end of the court. They're going to have 2 of the 5 constantly standing stationary baseline. So I think 5 might be a little bit overkill because obviously the more refs you put in, the more odds you're going to have that they're going to see a foul. And the last thing I want to see happen is the referee at the opposing freaking baseline calling a cheap foul. I think that needs to not happen. But I think 4 would work. What do you think?
That to me just has miscommunication written all over it.
Really? You think they should just stick with 3?
I do because like you said, one sees something the other one didn't, and I'm sure that said person's gonna want to prove himself, what he saw or whatever. It just screams no because of miscommunication. That's as simply as I can put it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Not even. I think the 5 man is definitely overkill, but not even the 4 man.
4 man, sure. 5, no, because if you have 2 sets of eyes seeing the same thing, then you have a backup on a foul or whatever,
Hmm.
whatever the case may be,
Yeah,
or
different angles as well.
yeah, different angles. That's what I was trying to find the word for. So that's good, but you want to make sure that they're communicating with each other at all times.
For sure. Yeah, I think the refs do as good a job as they can. They obviously miss some calls, but okay, there's a few times where the refs really screw up and don't call a good game. But generally speaking, the NBA officials do a pretty good job at calling basketball games. I think adding a fourth person would be good because of angles. Sometimes a player gets fouled and then they go complain to the ref. They're like, how come that's not a foul? But then I did the same thing on the other end and that was called. And then the ref's just like, well, we didn't see it. We can't call something we didn't see. Because the referees are instructed to call fouls when they have no doubt in their minds that it's a foul. You know, they want to make calls that they're 100% sure on.
Mm-hmm.
So if they don't see something and you are fouled, but you're just turning the ref is just seeing your back, well, he's not going to call it because that's his job. So I think four-man is definitely a good idea. And I have to say, good on the NBA for trying it in the D League. The NBA tries a lot of stuff. To me, the NBA is probably the best league across North American sports because they're constantly trying new stuff, constantly trying new things to make the game better. You've seen the hack a Shaq rules come into play. You've seen the everything. They're talking about the 4-point line, which that's a discussion for another day, but they're constantly trying to make the game evolve, and they're constantly trying to make the game shorter without actually making the playing minutes shorter. So
Mm-hmm.
I think it's good because if I can see 48 minutes of basketball in 2 hours instead of 3, I'll take it.
Yeah.
You know, so
Mm-hmm.
good on the NBA for doing that. In other news, Kevin Durant apparently has no hard feelings about Oklahoma City. He just made a $57,000 donation to a school for homeless people in Oklahoma City.
Good man.
Yeah, good man, especially when half the city burned down some of your jerseys. Uh, shows character. Um, not. PK Subban makes a lot less money than Kevin Durant, and he made $9 million donation, but I'm sure they'll take 57,000.
Oh, I see.
I
Ouch.
I just had to like, come on, that had to be said. Um, let's not go crazy. I don't think it's a super amount. They're trying to build a school over there, but still a good thing. He's trying to maybe build his name back in Oklahoma City. I don't know.
Good luck.
Yeah, good luck with that. I don't think it's happening.
Not
And
me either.
no, I don't think so. So that is pretty much what it is for the NBA right now. And that is going to be the end of our segment. We are going to blast off. We need to make this money. So we're going to be back after this short commercial break. You are listening to the Sportatorium on the Arena Sportsnet. And we are back on Arena Sportsnet. We just did all of the NBA headlines. And now it is on to the National Hockey League, the soon-to-be 100-year-old National Hockey League.
Wow.
Yep. You know what the disgusting part of that is? Because I just realized it
What's
a
that?
few minutes ago. The league was founded and became the NHL in 1970.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be 100 years old in 2017.
Mm-hmm.
The Maple Leafs Stanley Cup drought half of the existence of the National Hockey League. Half! I just realized that. Their last cup was in 60 freaking 7. That's half a lifetime ago for the NHL. Literally. That is hilarious.
No
I just had to throw
disrespect
that out there.
intended there. Ouch.
I feel so bad for Leaf fans. Man.
But see, your luck's changing. Austin Matthews, there you go.
Yeah,
You're on the
he's
come up.
good. Austin Matthews, William Nylander, definitely someone you should keep your eye on.
Oh,
Um,
Nylander.
yeah. Um, Mitch Marner, Morgan Riley. You have a lot of young pieces in there. Fred Anderson is not even that old, especially
Right.
for goalie standards. He's pretty young. I think he's like 26 or something. For goalie standards, that is very young. Like he's still got some baby oil on his goalie mask. But but yeah, that is. I had to digest that. Now let's get to some actual news. Ottawa Senators enforcer for many years, number 25, Chris Neil. Saturday played his 1,000th game in the NHL, every single one of them with the Senators.
Damn.
And yeah, and he will be honored. Well, he was honored tonight at the Canadian Tire Center by the Ottawa Senators. They had a little ceremony going on. Every fan had a towel with Chris Neil, number 25, 1,000 games on it. So souvenirs for the fans. The like 11,000 that showed up. I don't know. I'm sorry. But I think it's good because even if, Chris Neil was never an offensive threat. I think his highest goal output was 16. Which is nothing to laugh at. The guy can play hockey, but he was never an elite talent. He was never a plug either. Chris Neil could play, like I said, 16 goals. That's no plug. But I think it's still nice to see that the Sens end up honoring this guy. They might even honor his number once he retires. I think that would be cool. Chris Neil has been a big part of the community effort for the Ottawa Senators. He's a big part of community. He's always defended his teammates. Great leader. He's been the alternate captain for God knows how long. I like it. I really like it. Do you have anything on that?
I'm kind of the vibe that you should do that just because he was there for you for so long. And as you
1,000
mentioned,
freaking game.
yeah, that you have no choice but to do something for him because he gave it all to you for that time. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's yeah, I like it. That's all I can really say is that I like it. Good move.
He throughout his career, Chris Neil has always been one of my favorite hockey players personally. I just really like the hard hitting third line defensive force that actually can play hockey and fight. Like Chris Neil, I really like this guy. It's gonna be sad when he retires. Alfie's gone, Spezza's gone, Phillips is gone. So when Chris Neil leaves, man, that's gonna be kind of like the old age of the Ottawa Senators. Not the old age, but the last decade of Ottawa Senators hockey. Just kind of, he's the last one to go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No? Okay.
You're making me feel old just listening though.
Well, I mean, he's been there all along, and he was there for their Stanley Cup run in 2007.
Mm-hmm. That it
So,
was.
yeah, so some success going to the Stanley Cup Finals. Definitely not an easy accomplishment. A lot of elite teams don't even make it there.
True that.
It's nice that they do that for him. I like Chris Neil. Next up, the NHL actually announced its plans for its centennial season. Going to be 100 years old, like I said again. On January 1st, 2017, they will have the NHL Centennial Classic, an outdoor game between two Original Six, it's only fitting, and in Canada, it's only fitting, the Detroit Red Wings playing the Toronto Maple Leafs in an outdoor game. Yes, again, but it's special because it's 100 years. Shut up. It, I just like the matchup. It's original six.
You can't go wrong with an original six at all.
And not only that, Toronto has actually reasons to get excited now with all their young talent. They still don't. The Air Canada Center is still dead, but they have reasons to be excited, which is good.
Yeah, buddy.
It's always a good thing. They also will unveil, declare the 100 greatest players in NHL history.
Oh.
The first wave will come on January 1st. They will announce. It was kind of weirdly written. I don't know if they're going to announce 100 players for the first half of the league's life, or 100 players overall with 50 coming before. But basically, they're going to name all of the greatest players from 1917 to 1967 on January 1st. So good. They're going to name the 100 greatest players or the 50 greatest players from 67 or 68 to 2017 at a later date, which is cool. Real quick, do you have a top 3 NHL players of all time?
Oh, don't do that. I'm incredibly biased.
To me, Wayne is first.
Yeah, Wayne is first. I would put Modano in there somewhere, just because Dallas Stars.
In the top 100, definite.
Yeah.
I don't know about top 3. Definitely not top 3, but
top 3. Oh yeah, that was the question. Oh God.
I'd say Wayne. To me, Wayne Gretzky.
Yes, given.
Mario Lemieux.
Okay, I'll give you that, I guess.
And third, Bobby Orr.
Ooh, why Bobby Orr over Lemieux though?
What do you mean over Lemieux? He's third. Lemieux's second.
Exactly.
Well, Lemieux was like at 2 points per game, and he was such a great player. Injuries held him back, but I don't know. Mario Lemieux saved the Pittsburgh Penguins franchise. Let's not dance around that.
No, he did. Mm-hmm.
I definitely put him up there.
Yeah. I want to find an argument, but I just can't. None of it would logic at all.
Some people, I think this is reaching, and I think this is completely ridiculous, but I've heard some people say they would put Lemieux at the first spot, which is blasphemous, but yeah.
No. No, don't do that. That definitely goes to Gretzky.
I wonder, though, because Bobby Orr, just for his impact alone at the defensive position, definitely belongs in the top 3.
Okay.
But then you got Gordie Howe.
Oh, Gordie Howe. Oh, gosh.
The reason, by the way, why Wayne Gretzky wore 99, if you didn't know, if you didn't know, Gretzky used to wear number 9 when he was a kid. Mm-hmm. And when he got to the Sault Ste. Marie Greyhounds, another kid was wearing number 9. And though the kid even offered to give Wayne Gretzky his number because he's Wayne freaking Gretzky, Wayne said, "No, I'll just wear 2 9s instead." So that's the reason. Yeah, that's the reason behind Wayne Gretzky's number 99.
Good stuff.
So yeah, I'll go back on what I said. I'd say Wayne Gretzky, Gordie Howe, Bobby Orr, Lemieux.
That's better. Yeah, I'll give you that.
Because Gordie Howe could do it all. He's the kind of guy I like.
Yes.
Skilled, yet he will knock your face off.
Mm-hmm. It's my favorite kind of player, too. Being honest.
Yep. There also is going to be what the NHL calls the NHL Centennial Fan Arena.
Oh, Lord.
They had plenty of money to spend on syllables for that name. That will travel to every single NHL market in the league, all 30 of them. I don't know if it's going to stop in Las Vegas because of the new team. Who knows? But I know for a fact it's going to every hockey team right now, every market. So, yes, it will be in Dallas. I think that is January 12th to 14th. It's going to be in Dallas.
Good stuff.
And that will include a museum truck. Obviously, that's a museum in a truck. So fans can go in there, and there's going to be, I guess, like pieces that are in the Hall of Fame, like Ken Dryden's mask or whatever, things like that. There is going to be a video truck. So I'm guessing that's going to be, you go in there and they show you like some of the greatest plays in NHL history and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
There is also going to be, this is pretty cool, a virtual reality experience where you drive the Zamboni.
Oh,
that's gonna be freaking awesome.
That is.
Everyone wants to drive the Zamboni, so that is gonna be awesome. And the big one, the Stanley Cup, is actually gonna travel to every single NHL market along with the tour.
That's awesome.
That is awesome. That's like the only Stanley Cup Dallas is gonna see in the. I'm sorry.
Whoa! Unnecessary shots fired.
It was, but boy, was it funny.
Boy, was it funny.
Yeah, it was.
All right. When did we win the cup? 98, 99, right?
Long time ago.
When was the last time the Oilers won the cup?
See, we don't talk about that because they should have won in 06. So
shoulda, coulda, woulda, man.
And we have Connor McDavid, so we will win another one before Dallas does.
Okay, we'll see.
Yeah, we will see it. Trust that. You can bet the bank on that one. That is going to happen.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm confident. Okay. Connor's like a freaking point-a-game player in his sophomore season, so, I'm just saying, man, those aren't facts. You got to know the facts. Anyway, man, I do have some more NHL news, but we got to, screw it. We got about a minute. Hold on, I got lost in my notes. Jonathan Quick is going to be injured all the way until March. He's going to be out until March, said Dean Lombardi. That hurts for the LA Kings. Jonathan Quick is a fantastic goalie. In his place right now is Peter Budaj, and he's probably going to shoulder the load while Jonathan Quick is gone. Right now, Peter Budaj this season, 25 games played. His record is 13-7-2, also known as he plays for the Kings, and they're pretty good. He has a 2.27 goals against average and a .907 save percentage. Fun fact, his goals against average for the season is the same as Jonathan Quick's goals against average for his career. Just a fun fact.
Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty good. And the rest of the show is going to be pretty good. But first, we got to step out for this commercial break. You are listening to the Sportatorium on Arena Sportsnet. And we are back with some more Sportatorium on Arena Sportsnet. So, yeah, pretty good stuff from Jonathan Quick. We're doing some NHL news right now. Sam Gagner and the Columbus Blue Jackets have been on a hot streak of late. I'm talking triple-digit hot, okay? They won 7 games in a row. The last one coming against the Edmonton Oilers. We're not going to talk about that. So, okay, we are going to talk about it a little bit. In Edmonton's game, Sam Gagner, or Gagner, as some people call him, it's Gagner. 1 goal, 1 assist. That is 2 points if you can't math. Against Edmonton in, I think it was a 3-1 win of the Columbus Blue Jackets. Look, this dude.
Ooh.
Right now, He's playing well. Okay, he never did anything in Edmonton. He never did anything in, I think it was Philadelphia. He went after Sam Gagne.
Dallas
Um,
either. I think it was here too.
Sam, I don't know. I lost track of him, but now I can't lose track of this guy. This guy's all over the score sheet. 26 games played so far this season. 12 goals, 9 assists. That's 21 points. Hey, what?
Dang.
He has like 6 or 7 of those points coming on the power play, including 4 power play goals. So that Columbus power play is working well. Let's just say they are firing cannons from the power play.
Oh.
Do you get it? Because of the cannon when they score. Haha, it's funny. Don't question it, okay? It's
Door.
funny.
Nope, door. Go on.
Door?
Yep.
Do you really want me to stop co-hosting this? He just laughed. See, no answer. He doesn't want me to stop.
We'll give you one more show, but see yourself out. No, you're done.
We'll give you one more show. Wow. Okay. Now let's get to more injury news. Oh, my soul died when I read that. Oilers Darnell Nurse expected to miss up to 12 goddamn weeks after a surgery to repair a ligament in his ankle.
Ouch.
That's 3 months, big fella. That's half an NHL season, big fella.
It is.
He was coming along so freaking nicely.
Nah, I got nothing.
I think the hockey gods hate the Oilers. Okay. I think it's don't give me that first overall pick. That BS. Okay, don't give me that.
I didn't even have to say anything.
As I explained many times before, the only true first overall pick caliber was McDavid. But yeah, Darnell, he's been so good, and even Todd McClellan said his game came a long way. He says he's one of the best players they have right now in transition and jumping in the rush as a defenseman. So, that sucks. I really like Darnell Nurse. He's one of my favorite Oilers right now, right beside Connor, obviously, Nuge, and Draisaitl. So, yeah, that sucks, but I guess they're going to have to deal with it. Good news, though, for Darnell is he's actually roommates with Connor McDavid on the road. Now, I don't know if he's going to be traveling with the team, but if he is, at least he's got the captain with him to support him. Connor is a really good leader. He's not the captain in his sophomore season for no reason. So, I mean, yeah, he's going to help him support him. Obviously, Connor went through the same thing, missing 12 weeks, missing like 30-something games last season with his broken clavicle. So,
Jeez.
Yeah, not good.
No, not at all.
Well, that's pretty much the end of his season, but we are closing in on the final stretch here in the NHL. You know, we are just over a third of the season done now. Maybe we're even up to half at this point. I don't know, but we're pretty damn close to the NHL All-Star Game. We said last week that All-Star voting began, and we did our votes. I got a little bit of controversy on my vote, which I'm sure it's going to cause, but if you hear me out, it'll be fine. And JJ, I need you need to explain what you did. So, do you have your votes with you, sir?
I do.
All right, the NHL All-Star team as picked by us and us only. No, our votes basically for me. Let's go with the Central Division first, shall we?
All right.
I don't think it's a debate. Carey Price. I voted Carey Price.
I don't even remember who I did. Dang. And it's right. Oh, wow.
Wait. No, that is wrong. He's not in the Central Division. Okay, so I got my divisions wrong, but I voted Carey Price.
No wonder I was confused. I was like, what?
No, he's in the Atlantic. What the hell? That is what you call failing at editing your notes. So Atlantic Division, Carey Price for me. Don't worry about it. This is professional. Don't worry.
Me, I chose Zetterberg. Just don't ask why. It was.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
No. I will ask why. Why in the hell did you pick Henrik Zetterberg?
I don't know. Sounded good at the time.
Wow. Henrik Zetterberg over Carey Price, my man.
I didn't even see his name, if we're being honest. Carey Price.
I was looking at the names that you could vote,
Yeah.
and I was looking. I was like, yeah, okay, him, cool. And then when I saw Carey Price, I was like, oh, well, duh, and I just clicked on him. I don't think it's a debate. What the hell? What? Henrik Zetterberg?
Like I said, man, I didn't see Carey Price. That's. I'm not gonna BS you. I
Number
just didn't see
40
it.
wearing ass. Who wears number 40 at wing? Come on.
I apparently he does.
I'm sure there's a good reason too. I just needed to throw that in there. Okay, so that's that. The Metro Division, Sidney Crosby, the second best player in the world right now,
Yep, agreed.
behind Carey Price. I don't think if you didn't vote Sidney Crosby, you shouldn't be voting for the All-Star game. I'm sorry. It's true. It's Sidney freaking Crosby, dude. Come on, he's on pace for like 50 goals. Like, come on, give me a break. For the Pacific Division, I don't think there's an argument there either. I think it's got to be Connor.
Yeah, that's who I picked.
I mean, I know some people are going to come at me with, oh, of course you picked Connor. You're an Oilers fan. No. Listen, 12 goals, 27 assists, 39 points in 32 games, big fella. He's on point for 100 points, big fella. Okay?
You can't argue that. He's consistently good.
Yeah.
Consistently scoring multiple points a game. I'm
Yep.
not sure. Obviously, it's over a point a game. So
Yeah, if he's on pace for 100, so.
yeah, I have no argument. I have Connor McDavid there too.
The second leading vote getter is Brent Burns from the San Jose Sharks.
Okay.
No, it's not a bad pick. He's a really good hockey player.
Yeah.
Defensemen are, though they are probably the most important skater on the ice, defensemen are vastly underrated for their value, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
Everyone likes to talk about the forwards, but the defensemen are really important. Trust me. If the defense doesn't do its job, your team ain't going nowhere, son. So
that's true.
Brent Burns, I can see why some people would vote Brent Burns, especially if they don't like Connor McDavid for some reason. Some people don't like him.
Look, I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say the only people that don't like Connor McDavid are probably butthurt that he annihilated their team. So,
or they're butthurt that the Oilers won the draft lottery.
yeah, that's a good possibility too.
I don't know why you would dislike a player for that, but some people legitimately do.
That's not his fault at all.
That's not his fault at all. So, anywhere he would have gone, really, if he went to Toronto, people were going to hate because, oh, Toronto tank, blah, 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 whatever. Okay, those people are just not logical. But, yeah, I could see. I could see Brent Burns, why some people would vote for Brent Burns. Something I can't see, though, in the Atlantic Division, or what? Yeah, why the hell is Jaromir Jagr second? Why is he second? The Panthers flat out suck this year for their standards. And this guy is somehow second in the freaking league. Not the league, but the division.
So what you're saying there is that since they suck, he shouldn't even be that high in the voting, correct?
No, no, not at all. Because
No.
you'll see in the next division, this is the All-Star game. It's not the MVP award.
Ah,
I
true.
don't think your player's performance, not your players, I don't think your team's performance should matter that much.
True.
But I'm going to pull his stats here. And just for an example, I think Jordan Eberle made 2 All-Star teams while the Oilers were still struggling. So it's definitely not a criteria that your team does well. It's the All-Star game.
Yeah.
But uh, he has. Hold on, let me pull his games played right quick. He has 6 goals, 9 assists, 12 points, and is a +2.
Plus
That's
two.
Yeah, he's a +2, which I mean it's whatever. He's a winger. There's not much you can do about that. Um, but come on, come on. 6 goals and 9 assists, 12 points. Are you kidding me? In 30 games played, that's 15 points. My bad, I can't math.
Wow.
He's scoring half a point per game, and he's the second leading vote getter for that. Okay, I said my piece.
Okay. The only thing that I can give
See?
reason,
Yeah.
huh? Yeah. The only
See?
thing I can see is nostalgia, maybe. Kind of like an award show. Like my favorite music, for example, is country music or rock. And usually in the case of country music, whenever somebody is getting up there in age, they'll vote in somebody as entertainer of the year just because, well, that person's on their way out, you
Yeah,
know?
so it's a lifetime achievement award that the people are giving to Yager.
I think that's what they're trying to do. And, if that's the case, we really can't do anything about it now. But I don't think you should use it as that. I don't know what your views on the All-Star game are, but I like it because it's the most talented people
Hmm.
from each division, doing their thing.
Yeah,
And to me, it's just fun to watch. But how many points did you say? 15?
15 points in 30 games.
I mean, that's decent, but to me, that's not Yarmer Yager at all. Ooh,
That's not all-star points at all.
no, it's not.
I'm not opposed to him making one last all-star appearance, but this guy wants to play until he's 50 years old. Like, I don't think he said he's retiring this season. When he says this is my last year, or when it's obvious, freaking vote him in. Okay, I want to see Yager in the All-Star game one more time too, because the hands, and he's going to be pretty cool during the shootout, the skills competition.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Never disappoints.
but I don't know. I don't think it's his last year. So, eh.
Yeah, I got nothing for that one.
And let's move on to the Central Division for real this time. Well, who did you vote Central?
I hated it. I did not like it at all. Shifley.
You voted Mark Scheifele.
Mm-hmm.
Really? I think you changed it because you didn't. When you showed it to me, you didn't. I don't think you had Mark Scheifele on there.
I did. I changed it.
Okay. Right now, Patrick Kane is leading, but I also have Mark Scheifele voted in because he is probably the most underrated star in the league right now. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
No one is talking about him, but he has 14 goals, 14 assists, 28 points in 29 games. Patrick Laine, last time I checked, was 4th for the voting for that division.
Wow.
Look, Patrick Laine scores a lot of goals,
Mm-hmm.
and he sure as hell deserves to be considered for the All-Star game. But the person feeding him a lot of those goals is Mark Scheifele.
Mm-hmm.
That line of Patrick Laine, Mark Scheifele, and Nick Ehlers is really good, but I think Mark Scheifele is the centerpiece simply because he's the center. It,
Mm-hmm.
that's how it works in hockey. I'm sorry, it is.
Yep.
The wingers are the least important skaters on the ice. I, okay, chill. I'm not saying that they're worthless. I'm saying they're the least important. If your winger has an off game, who cares? All he needs to do is stand at the blue line and cover the point. Whereas if your center has an off game, passes are going to be coming through the slot, and your cycle is going to be broken offensively. Defensemen, if they have an off game, when your defense is trash. So you know, wingers are just not that important. And it's impressive that he's putting up goals, but I think Mark Scheifele deserves to be in there in Patrick Lyone's place.
Yeah. I mean, I I can't argue that either. I mean, he's really impressed me, and when I've seen him go up against my stars, he's always on the score sheet.
Point a game.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
he's got 30. He's like 1 point under a point a game. So point a game.
Okay, we'll give him a point a game. Big deal. But it just, if he's always on the score sheet, why isn't he there?
Yeah. Especially as the main offensive source for the Winnipeg Jets.
Yeah, he's the engine of their freaking offense. No, he needs to be up there.
I think a lot of people sort of forgot about him because he was there a few years ago when Winnipeg was even less relevant. When Winnipeg was the Atlanta Trashers with more fans, Mark Scheifele was there.
Yep.
So I think now that the Winnipeg Jets actually have a future, people still associate Scheifele with the old generation of Winnipeg Jets, as young as Scheifele is. He's like 23. Um, I think that might be what's going on. They like the shiny new thing, flashy Patrick Laine over there with a big slap shot, but I think Scheifele deserves it more.
I think he does too, because in my mind, uh, he's proven himself. I don't
Yeah, he
know
has.
any other better way to say it. He's proven himself.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no, don't put a young guy in there that is just starting out unless he literally deserves it. Just no.
I
You have
think actually both of them deserve to be in the All Star game. Laine is like third in the league for scoring, goal scoring. So yeah,
yeah, okay.
but Mark Scheifele also deserves to be there.
Uh, tough one. It's a catch-22, really. When you put it the way you
It's
just did.
it's weird because you can't take it away. In my opinion, you can't take it away from either of them. But Scheifele deserves it more because he's the center and because he's more points per game. So
Yeah,
I think those
yeah.
are my thoughts on that. And we're wrapping up the show here. That is all I got for the NHL. Do you have more NHL news?
On the Dallas front down here, Jamie Alexiak got suspended for
Oh, that's right.
a hit he laid on somebody. The name is escaping me right about now. For
Yeah,
a
me too.
hit to the head.
Yeah,
We talked about that in a previous episode, a hit to the head, if memory serves me correct. Isn't that
totally
ironic?
different hit, by the way.
Yeah, totally different hit. Still a hit to the head, though.
Yeah,
I got no words for that. Jamie Benn scored his 200th goal over the last couple of games. Good
yeah.
on the captain. Love that guy. They actually won 5-2. No, is it 5-2? 6-2, sorry. The other night against the Ducks. That was good.
Oh,
And they
snap.
played, huh?
I said, oh, snap against the Ducks.
Yeah, 6-2. They played an all around great game. I just watched it earlier today because it was
Yeah.
on DVR.
Mhm.
It their defense was clicking. Their offense was their offense. Like they came running out like a bat out of hell. And interestingly enough, I saw a news article that asked if the system It's not appropriate for the Stars anymore.
Ahem.
Yeah, you said that. I thought about it. I doubted
Weeks
it.
ago.
Yeah, and I doubted it. I started seeing it, and then I think the system may need to go because you're built for speed, with all your, what is it, your top six,
Yeah,
Sagan and all that stuff.
yeah,
But behind all them guys, what do you got? Big physical.
yeah.
It doesn't mix. If you're gonna have, to me, if you're gonna have guys um like that, fast and just not very physical, you need to have those guys all around.
Ben is both though.
Ben is both. And I know you're not going to find that everywhere, but just they need to mix it more because it's not working.
Hmm.
Like, I don't know what you got to do, and they're carrying, I think it was 7 or 8 defensemen as well. Not really sure what good that's going to do,
Oh, if one of
but
them gets injured, I don't think it's a bad thing.
I'm hearing rumors around the Stars fans that we might be considering a trade of one of them.
That wouldn't be a bad idea because they might be carrying 8 defensemen, but if you send one down, he might have to go through waivers, and that might be the situation that they're in right now. They
Lord, I hope so.
they don't want to send anybody on waivers and lose them for nothing, so they're just carrying 8 defensemen.
They actually did. Was it that? No, they didn't lose anybody. I was thinking of a whole different sport. Damn.
But
Um.
getting back to Alexiak's hit,
Yeah.
how many games was he suspended?
2.
2 games. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What did
That
you see about the hit?
I don't even recall. It looked like incidental contact to me. You know, like sure he did put his arms up like it was a deliberate deal, but I 2 games. I
Uh,
mean, just
okay, here's what I saw.
all right. What you got?
To me, that is an elbowing minor,
Okay.
which, if we concede that it's an elbowing minor, which in my opinion it was, it
Okay.
might be 1 minute for elbowing and 1 minute for being too tall, but it was an elbowing minor.
Yeah.
Now that we established that that's indeed an infraction of the rules,
Mm-hmm.
now you fall into the player is responsible for head contact, because if it's a clean hit and it doesn't break any rules, then it's not an illegal check to the head if
Ah,
it's
yeah.
incidental.
Yeah.
But if you do break any rule in the rule book, you become fully responsible for contact to the head, whether it's the first point of contact or not.
Right.
So,
Okay.
in my opinion, I think it's suspendable for those reasons. And I think 2 games is like the maximum they could have gave him, because I honestly was thinking 1 or 2 games, nothing more. Because it wasn't like he just flat out ran at him with his elbow. Like, he just kind of finished with his elbow. So,
Yeah.
you know, I would have leaned towards more like 1 game, but 2 games isn't like the end of the world either.
Nah, you're right. But it does mess with the chemistry though as well. And
It
that's
does.
that's what I worry about, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, okay, 2 games, cool, but what about the chemistry? Like, we have people just now coming back from injury, and it would have been nice to have all hands on deck because, as we saw versus Anaheim, they're finally, possibly, maybe starting to find themselves again.
Maybe.
Maybe just a little bit. I don't want to jinx it because they play tomorrow. I
Who do they
don't.
play?
Who do they play? Oh my gosh, I'm such a bad host.
Man. Okay. I'll find that. I'll find
I'm
that out for
actually
you
looking too.
in 1 second. I'll find it before you do. They're playing the New York Rangers in Dallas.
Oh yeah, see, we definitely need all hands on deck.
Unless the Rangers just continue to be stubborn and stick Antti Ranta in there. Just put Lundqvist back. What? What the hell is New York doing? It's time to put him back. You just lost 2-1 to Chicago, which is not a bad score. Like, you didn't get blown out, but come on, you got Henrik Lundqvist sitting over there making like all kinds of money. Come on, he's your starter. He's Henrik freaking Lundqvist. He's gonna bounce back, man. Come on.
Me, on the other hand, I'm like, yeah, keep him benched. That's okay.
Yeah. Well, is that all you needed to go through? Because we have one more segment.
The Hockey News is reporting
Uh-oh.
this age-old rumor
Oh boy.
that Marc-Andre Fleury could be headed to Dallas.
Okay, that's been covered 100 times already. Do we really need to go in depth? It makes sense. It just does. Like, they're not going to keep both goalies and have one of them go to Las Vegas for nothing. So,
Okay, but my question is, who the hell do we give up as stars management? You know, like, we don't have anybody that can match that caliber of player. I think he's good. I'm not gonna lie.
you're going to have to give up a lot if you want Marc-Andre Fleury, because you're obviously going to have to send back one of your two money piles sitting there at goaltender. And
Ouch.
to take on that kind of contract, the Penguins are going to want a pretty freaking penny. Now, Dallas has leverage here because they can say, look, you're going to lose him if you don't trade him to us.
Mm-hmm.
So they do have negotiating power there. But at the same time, you know, the Penguins can just go, look, you're going to need to send us something back because we're taking on a massive cap hit that's not going anywhere. Like, no one's going to take either of your goalies, really, for that price.
This is true.
So I think it could happen, and it depends how stubborn the Penguins want to be.
I've seen people going crazy at like a fucking wolf to prey. They've even said trade Sagan and one of the goalies.
Stop.
Yeah, exactly.
Stop. An old and inconsistent Marc-Andre Fleury for freaking Tyler Sagan. Stop.
Right?
Stop. No, that's stupid.
We got Sagan because we thought he could help us. Why would we get rid of him?
Mm-hmm.
It just doesn't add up. I really just wanted to vent that because that's like putting Tony Romo in place of Dak.
Not only that, you don't trade a young, no question, elite number one center for an old goaltender. You just don't.
Thank you.
Unless you have a wealthy supply of centers. If it was the other way around, and the Penguins had Tyler Sagan and Evgeny Malkin, let's say.
Yeah.
Then you can maybe, if the deal is right, ship one of your elite centers. Yeah. But if you only have one, and the Stars are not that deep at center, they have Spezza, but he's getting up there. I don't think you do it.
No.
You don't want Jason Spezza being your number one center, man.
I wouldn't trade him either. We need both of those guys. I don't care what position they are.
This is 2016. You need two good offensive line minimum, bare minimum. You probably need three, but you need two very good centers.
Three would definitely come in handy for us right about now.
What happened? Why did the Penguins win the Cup back in 2009? Was because they had Crosby, Malkin, Stahl. Like, come on. Centers are really important.
Yes, they are.
So I think no, that's ridiculous. I'm legitimately amused because that makes no sense whatsoever.
And me being the avid, even rabid Stars fan that I am, I'm kind of pissed off at that fan.
Yeah, well, it's not going to happen. He's just
The
I
tomfoolery, though. Sagan for Fleury?
I hate to say it, but that's a casual hockey fan. That's a casual hockey fan going, yes, we need a goalie, so we will trade an elite player to get an elite player back. That's a casual hockey fan. I'm sorry.
But Marc-Andre Fleury is not guaranteed to do well here either.
No, he's not.
Because guess what? We still don't have very good defense. Yeah.
No, and Fleury's inconsistent.
Yeah, there's that too. So why would you gamble away the rest of the team pretty much in Sagan or Spezza? Because let's be honest, those are the only two frickin' centers most of us can name. Unless you count McKenzie. I think he's a center, but I'm not even exactly sure because we have centers playing wings in the Stars too.
Yeah.
I just, no. Why?
Not going to happen, so don't worry about it. What is going to happen, though, is our last segment of the show. It is time for the At Least You Tried Award for a lit performance.
Woohoo! Not quite elite.
Not quite elite, but it was lit. Usually we pick one player, but today it's an entire line. The Toronto Maple Leafs, Austin Matthews, William Nylander, and Zach Hyman line. They get the At Least You Tried award. To me, that was no questions asked. They carried the offense for Toronto. They created like two of their goals. Their only two goals, by the way. They ended up losing 3-2 to the San Jose Sharks in a shootout, which if you went to overtime against the Stanley Cup finalists as the Toronto Maple Leafs, yeah, you hate to lose that game because your other lines didn't show up. So Austin Matthews, William Nylander, and Zach Hyman. At least you tried.
At least you tried. God, that's rough. Oh.
That is rough. So that is going to be it for our show this Wednesday. The date escapes me. We are definitely in December. We're not in March.
We're gonna keep going back to that every show now.
We're December 14th. There it is.
2016.
So, yeah, December 14th, 2016. We don't have many shows there left in 2016, but that is going to do it for this edition of the Sportatorium. If we can English, that would be nice. JJ?
That's right. Hey, lights are going off, man. It was a sellout crowd. Good stuff. Great show. Great co-host. Nice topics. You guys ain't got to go home, but you know what? We are, so you got to get the hell out of here.
Got to get the hell out!
Thanks for listening. We will see you in the next one. Peace.
Peace out, man.